Hello and very warm welcome at Amish Cycle 5858. I am Amish Cycle. Foreign news have been reported by American, European, Asian, African, Australian news channels and the news agencies. So please let's go to the headlines.
Newscast, now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney Plus. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney Plus every night.
Tonight, breaking news, the emergencies in this brutal cold, the images coming in tonight. Lows and chills. Rescue effort, but was major new winter storm that will hit multiple states across the south and right up the east. Snow, freeze, and injures hits. With 3,000 federal agents now in Minnesota, tensions rising. And President Trump tonight weighing in on ICE, saying ICE is, quote, going to make mistakes sometimes. And what the president said late today about Renee Good, the mother of three, shot and killed in her SUV by an ICE agent. And tonight, ABC News has learned the Justice Department has now issued grand jury subpoenas to Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. Also breaking tonight, the president says there is no going back on Greenland. The stock market plunging today over President Trump's insistence that he will take Greenland and will impose tariffs against NATO allies who don't support him. The president late today asked, how far are you willing to go? His response right here. At this hour, the high-stakes hearing for actor Timothy Busfield, the Emmy winner accused of child sex abuse. His wife, Little House on the Prairie actor Melissa Gilbert in court too, and what played out just moments ago. Tonight, jury selection underway in the trial involving three multi-millionaire brothers, two of whom were major real estate brokers in the U.S., New York, Miami, L.A., what they're accused of, graphic testimony expected, and what those brothers claim. Tonight, the chilling images of a helicopter going down in the woods, spinning out of control, several people on board, and the rescue effort. A woman trapped in her SUV, sinking in the frigid waters, bystanders desperately trying to get her out as the SUV goes under. Tonight, the new video here emerging of that brazen heist at the Louvre, what we have never seen before. Tonight, soccer icon David Beckham breaking his silence following allegations made by his son Brooklyn Beckham on social media about his parents. What David Beckham is now saying about his son. And America strong tonight, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, the victory, that touchdown, and the tears for his mother long before the big game. What he said about his mom, it'll inspire everyone watching tonight.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir. Good evening.
On this Tuesday night, the Prime Minister's vision for the new world order, his advice to middle powers on navigating uncertainty.
We actively take on the world as it is, not wait around for a world we wish to be.
And his message to the U.S. president.
We stand firmly with Greenland and Denmark
as Donald Trump is more determined than ever.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
His ominous response and how he's trolling Canada even more. A Canadian woman found dead on an Australian beach. The investigation into her death. Plus, spreading the love. Canada minister called on countries to stop mourning the old world order and call brutal reality.
Fan stars apply to this Emmy. There are titles of fan stars, influencers. They're applying own beeps in records. So they science, education, business, athletics, who demonstrate a record of extraordinary achievement in motion picture television industry. But now it's OnlyFans models. Why not?
Yeah, so the argument is, I mean, who's not to say that they have extraordinary ability in the arts?
I mean, we let Ilhan Omar in.
If you subscribe, you probably see. And that. And then the other argument is it is not at the expense of those who are elite in their field of science and technology. So the good news is there's like plenty of room for everyone. And the argument, by the way, from the office there issuing the visas is they were like, look, we're not talking about the substance. Like, we're not here to comment on exactly what the substance is. We're just commenting on the fact that they actually do have millions of followers. They're elite in their field. It's a global thing. And the other thing is, if they change their residencies to here, that means they're paying taxes to here. So if anything, it benefits us to have them here.
Yeah, and Einstein never did anal. So that we know of. Well, I don't know. Tyrants. But you do know it's only going to be women getting these visas because there are no men.
Because nobody's paying money to see a dude.
Exactly, except for Don Lemon.
Yeah, and that's not enough. I'm outraged by this.
Yes.
This goes against those poor American OnlyFans stars now having to compete with Europeans, and it's like, no, keep your European sex.
Hello and very good morning to you. This is Sky News at 5 a.m. These are your latest headlines. The US President issues a warning over the future of the NATO alliance and refuses to say what he'll do about Greenland.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out. Meanwhile, Donald Trump repeats his view that the UK should not be handing over the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. Spain suffers its second deadly train crash in a week, this time in Barcelona. Plus, what it's like to live next door to a 25,000-ton illegal waste dump.
David, you're disappointed family business is being aired in public?
And ended like Beckham, the former England star, in Davos after a blistering attack from his eldest son. Hello and a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here on Sky News. Donald Trump is heading to Davos, where he will come face-to-face with European leaders who are hitting back at threats of tariffs and a potential takeover of Greenland. However, the trip has hit some unexpected turbulence, with Air Force One needing to return to Joint Base Andrews due to a minor electrical fault. The plane landed safely and the president resumed his trip to Switzerland. He makes his way to Davos following a speech which captured the world's attention when he commented on the future of NATO and attempts to annex Greenland.
How would you characterize your relationship with Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer right now? And have you spoken to them since your pre-social post?
No, I haven't, but I think I get along very well with them. I've been to, they always treat me well. They get a little bit rough when they're, when I'm not around. But when I'm around, they treat me very nicely. And, I like both of them. They're both liberal. They've got to straighten out their country. London is having a lot of problems, and if you look at Paris, got a lot of problems. They have two problems: immigration and energy. They got to stop with the windmills, and they got to go.
Three national senators resigned from the front bench after breaking shadow cabinet rules voting against hate crimes laws. A postmortem is being carried out to determine the cause of death of a Canadian woman found dead on Agari Beach. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's killer sentenced to life in prison. And the Interstellar Spectacular, a geomagnetic storm, produces a glorious aurora australis. Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Joe O'Brien. The opposition leader Susan Lee has accepted the resignations of three National Party frontbenchers who voted against the hate laws. Senior Nationals Ross Goodell,
Bridget McKenzie and Susan McDonald defied the coalition's official position on hate speech reforms overnight. Political reporter Sarah Tomevska joins us now from Parliament House in Canberra.
This is Asia Now.
Good afternoon. It's 12 p.m. in Singapore and Hong Kong, 9:30 in New Delhi and 11 o'clock in Jakarta. I'm Ilakia Silveraji. Your headlines this hour. China's Vice Premier He Feng warning that trade wars risk global growth. He calls for dialogue and a return to multilateral rules at the World Economic Forum. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung vows to push for a restart of talks with North Korea and the US while seeking to restore a key military agreement to prevent accidental clashes on the peninsula. And more than 80 people still unaccounted for days after a massive fire ripped through a shopping complex in Karachi, killing at least 28. Families demand answers as rescue efforts struggle to make progress.
Africa News. The news.
In 2022 in Burkina Faso, before being ousted 9 months later in the coup that installed the country's current junta chief. Paul-Henri Damiba has been extradited by Togo to his home country, where he's accused by the junta of plotting a string of coups and assassination attempts. The latest accusation dates back to earlier this month. Following a favourable opinion from the investigating chamber, Mr. Paul-Henri Tanadaro Damiba was handed over to the authorities of the Republic of Burkina Faso on January the 17th, 2026. He was arrested several days ago and has been handed over to the authorities in Burkina Faso, according to a statement from the Togolese Justice Minister. Damiba is being prosecuted for a string of offences, including embezzlement of public funds, corruption, and incitement to commit offences and crimes. In Mozambique and South Africa, it will continue to decline. After weeks of heavy rain have lashed the two countries. Rivers across Mozambique have burst their banks, engulfing entire neighbourhoods and forcing thousands to flee their homes. The floods have prompted President Daniel Chapo to call off his trip to the World Economic Forum in Davos.
Thank you for watching Ahmed Shakil 5858. I am Ahmed Shakil. I hope you will visit again. Have a good life. Bye-bye.